Mohegan's son, backstage. Gabriel Kempillo, former world champion. His third time here in the U.S. He is the toughest fighter for Sergei Kovalev. Kovalev, he said that himself. He is the man that comes in here undefeated, who has won 16 in a row. It is the classic matchup, a former champ with something to still prove, and an up-and-coming unbeaten man who wants to show that it's been no luck about it. He certainly deserves to be considered one of the best in his division. And BJ Flores and Steve Cunningham now take us inside the ring to break down this light heavyweight matchup.
Talking about the Gabriel Kempillo-Sergei Kovalev fight tonight, I'm going to be playing Kempillo. Now, one thing Kempillo does, he's got a lot of experience. Now, for a southpaw fighter, what his key is, and what he told us today, he's going to look to slide his right foot outside the orthodox fighter's left foot. What that does, it puts him in range to land a straight left hand and then also dip down and land that right hook to the body or that right hook to the head. It'll keep him in punching position all night. What does Kovalev have to do if he wants to win tonight?
Well, Kovalev, as we know, is a solid amateur. He has a solid amateur background behind him. So he's going to, of course, utilize his jab to get in, to work. And as him being a Russian fighter, he doesn't have the typical Russian style. He does use a lot of head movement and a lot of foot movement. So there's going to be like a foot chess game going on in there with him trying to get his foot around him so he can launch his right hand and left hook on him. And that's the money shot for an orthodox fighter to fight a southpaw, and we're going to see a good fight.
Both fighters trying to get into position to land their offense. Kovalev's got the youth, Kempillo's got the experience.
And back with Freddie and BJ. Well, we just heard you break that down about the experience and the youth. So let's see now, what does the experienced Kempillo have to do to win this fight?
Yeah, well, Kempillo, he's got to use exactly like we said. He's got a lot of experience. Kovalev is a very, very fast starter. He's got to be careful not to get caught with any big punches of Kovalev early in this fight. Kempillo is not the biggest puncher in the world, but he is very physically strong, and he's going to have to use that physical strength to impose his will on a younger and hungry opponent tonight.
All right, and then with that younger, hungry opponent who has a tendency to put guys away quickly, as we've seen a couple of times recently. What about him tonight, Kovalev, Freddie?
You know, Kovalev, he's a great puncher and a quick starter, and he's in there against a very good boxer, of course. So, but the thing is, I think his power is going to be too much for him, and I like him in the fight.
Well, yeah, you see it, 19-0-1. He's fought some pretty good opponents. No one, though, with the experience of Kempillo. And that's what Kovalev said. He wants to fight the best to see if he can continue to move up in the rankings. And he got a great win last time we saw him. This will be his biggest test. Chris Mannix recently caught up with Kovalev. Chris.
Thanks, Kenny. Sergei, what do you need to do to win tonight?
Be smart. Be smart and keep control. And a lot of punching to the body and the head, like throw a lot of punching. And if I will try to knock him out, if not, like the points, more working.
You told us yesterday that Kempillo was the best opponent you'll have faced. What are some of his strengths that you have to watch out for?
He's like slick, good defense. This is dangerous for me.
Thanks, Sergei.
Thank you.
Kenny?
All right, thank you, Chris. Kempillo. He lost a tough split decision for the IBF title. Some thinks he should already be the IBF champ. He's wanting to get back and make some noise in that top 10. Kovalev is trying to win for the 17th time in a row, win the 20th overall in his young career. A classic matchup. That's the way we have it in the main event on Fight Night Live when we come back. Welcome back to Fight Night on the NBC Sports Network. We start our second year with the matchup of light heavyweights. Gabriel Kempillo taking on Sergei Kovalev. Let's check in now. Chris is with the Kovalev camp. Chris.
John, what do you want to see out of Sergei tonight?
Effective body punching, using the jab, going forward, moving his head, making sure that he chops his kid down nice and smart.
Kempillo is notoriously a slow starter. Your guy is a fast starter. How important are the early rounds going to be?
I think the early rounds are very important because if we put those rounds on the bank and the fight goes the distance, then now Kempillo has to play catch-up. You know, we get the round on the bank early, now he has to play catch-up, and that might throw him off his fight plan.
Kempillo is a very good boxer. When you're training for someone like this fight, how are you preparing differently?
Well, you know, I got the right southpaw that I needed for this fight here. I got bigger guys than Kempe'o, stronger punches, quicker. So that works in my favor because the kid, even though Kempe'o's good, the defense is still lacking because he doesn't bend at the knee. You know, he's a straight up fighter. He bends the waist. That's going to prevent problems for him.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay, thank you very much.
And Kovalov now makes his way into the arena here at Mohegan Sun. John David Jackson, the champ himself, very high on Kovalov, has been. You saw it here on NBC Sports Network Fight Night when he took care of Lionel Thompson, and he's taken care of most guys recently, making short work of them.
He really has. He's really a very good puncher, and he's really a complete fighter. He's not just a puncher, he's a good boxer. He has a lot of amateur experience, and that helps him quite a bit.
19-0-1. He avenged that draw with a victory later on. He has 16 knockouts. He's won 16 straight. John David was talking about this is a big, fast-starting guy, BJ.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, he's 19-0-1, 16 knockouts, but tonight is his first real opponent, Kenny. He's fighting a former world champion himself. Kempe'o is a proven guy. He's been in with the best light heavyweights in the world, and if Kovalev can have a good performance against a guy like Kempe'o, he's really making a statement here.
Gabriel Kempe'o is 0-2 in the U.S. He has lost 2 controversial split decisions, both involving a title. One when he lost his title, and then the other when he was trying to get the IBF title. As you take a look at the man from Madrid, Spain, fighting for only the 3rd time in the U.S. 21-4-1 overall, 7 knockouts. They talk about him being a slow starter, but of those 7 knockouts, 5 came, they all came within the first 5.
But for 21 wins, to have only 7 knockouts, it's a 30%, 33% knockout ratio. It's not a lot, but Kempe'o's game is not to knock you out. It's to wear you down and punish you later in the fights with his southpaw style. He's a very tough, durable guy, and he's got a good set of whiskers. He's got a very good chin himself, so he hangs around in fights and takes you to the deep waters.
You saw him the last time out, February 2012. He lost to Tavares Cloud for the IBF title. That was a split decision loss. The second time it's happened to him in the U.S., Freddie.
Yeah, it was a heartbreaker for him, and you know, he thought he won the fight. But you know, we're in a subjective sport, and that's the way things go.
And he talked about that yesterday. You know what happened? I'm putting it out. You can't think about it. No doubt he does. But he's coming in against a guy he knows that has a great punching ability.
He does.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Kovalov gets ready for his biggest fight yet against former champ Kempe'o. And a 2-inch height advantage for Kempe'o, who also has the reach advantage over Kovalov. Maybe that is a surprise to some because Kovalov seems to be a bigger guy when he's been facing other guys. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the ref can stop the fight. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. And the fight is official after 4 rounds. This scheduled for 10. Let's go now to Joe Antonacci to meet the participants.
Boxing fans, here we go. As main events, Jimmy Birchfield's Classic Entertainment and Sports and Sampson Boxing present our main event of the evening. Our main event, 10 rounds of action in the light heavyweight division. Main event judges Dick Flaherty, Don Trella, Steve Weisfeld, and our main event referee, Michael Ortega. Boxing fans, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us tonight from Chelyabinsk, Russia, and weighed in at 175 pounds. Red trunks, white trim. Professional record, 19 victories, no defeats. 1 draw and 16 big knockouts. Please welcome Sergey Kovalov. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Red corner, comes to us tonight from Madrid, Spain. He weighed in at 175 pounds, white trunks, red and black trim. Professional record, 21 victories, 4 defeats. one draw. Please welcome the former light heavyweight champion of the world, Gabriel Campillo. Our referee, Michael Ortega, has our fighters' final instructions.
Gentlemen, I want a good clean fight. Caballeros, una pelea limpia. Good luck to both of you. Buena suerte a las dos. Touch them up, toca la mano.
10 rounds. Light heavyweights.
We get ready now for the biggest fight of Sergei Kovalov's career. And in his last 7 fights, only one time has it gone past the 3rd round. We've seen him here on Fight Night defeat Darnell Boone and Lionel Thompson, making quick work of both men. And Gabriel Campillo coming in here ranked number 3 in the world in the IBF. Kovalov ranked number 8 by the WBC, number 10 by the WBA is underway.
And those names you mentioned, Kenny, are, you know, they're good, solid journeymen, exactly what they are. And Campillo is a proven veteran, a proven guy who's been in with the best in the world. And it's a completely different test in front of Kovalov tonight. And
a southpaw, as you can see, and Campillo, and they were talking about that yesterday at the fighter meeting, Freddie, about trying to get quality opponents that could spar with Kovalov. Is Kovalov giving Campillo trouble early?
Yeah, we did talk about that, and he understands how to fight a southpaw. He's got a good right hand, and that's what beats you. That's in my book, that's what beats southpaws.
And it's interesting to me that Campillo early was moving right into the right hand of Kovalov, moving right into it. And Kovalov reminded him, hey, I can punch.
Especially after Campillo yesterday said he had seen the video. He knows that Kovalov can punch.
Yeah. And Kovalev's doing real good work here. He's landing the punches early. He's a fast starter. We know that. And he's definitely got the attention of Campillo.
Kovalov starting strong. That is the way he does business. Campillo feeling him out.
Campillo looks slow, he looks stiff, and he always takes a couple rounds to get going, but it's Kovalev's job not to let him get going tonight. Doing good damage with those punches.
Nice combinations here by Kovalev.
I'd like to see him in the body a little bit more during this early.
To me, it looked like Campillo didn't get very warmed up in the dressing room. He didn't get very loose. He wasn't ready for the type of attack that Kovalev is going to bring because he's not able to counter any of the attacks that Kovalev is mounting.
Kovalev with nice body shots as well.
Yeah, when he came out, he was dry as a bone. He didn't warm up too well. And we talked about him warming up in the dressing room yesterday. And he knows he's in with a quick starter. The key is to warm up and be ready for him.
Kovalov is moving the former champ all over this ring.
He is, and Kovalev's got to be careful here. He's got to be very, careful not to overextend too much energy here. He's got a seasoned guy in front of him. He's got to pick his shots and be selective with what he lets go, because in the 3rd and the 4th round, Campillo's, if he's still there, it's going to be very tough for Kovalev. And a lot of these Russian guys with the amateur styles, they come over, they fight very well for 3 or 4 rounds. This is a 10-round fight. Campillo is very used to that, and he knows that, so.
Here in the first, Sergei Kovalev trying to win for the 17th straight time. He has been controlling the tempo over the former world champ Campillo. Gabriel Campillo from Madrid, Spain has traveled the world. We'll hear about it when we come back. And welcome back, Gabriel Campillo. Welcome to his world. From Madrid, Spain, you can see he has traveled almost everywhere, including Argentina for one fight. He's been to 5 countries, from Kazakhstan all over Europe, and then he's made it twice to the U.S. Once he lost his WBA light heavyweight title to Shumanov, and then he lost a chance for the IBF title with Clown. And now with more on these journeys, let's go to Chris.
Guys, I've been told this has not been the smoothest training camp for Gabriel Campillo. Now, ordinarily, he trains in Southern California. This time he went back to Spain, he says, to be near his daughters. I've been told also this was a rocky camp for Campillo, which culminated with him not getting into the country until Wednesday because of visa issues.
And Campillo here, thanks for that, Chris. He's in the red and white, and the red with the white trim is Sergei Kovalov. It's almost unheard of that at this caliber of fighting that Campillo would make it in here only on Wednesday to fight.
Very unusual. I mean, let's face it, he's still suffering from jet lag. It's a long flight like that. The travel, the altitude, the atmosphere. It's very unusual for a fighter at this caliber to come in that late.
And you see a dominant first round in terms of punches by Kovalov. How did you score that, BJ?
No, it was easy round for Kovalev, 10-9. A dominant round. He actually shook up Campillo a couple times, but you see Campillo coming out far different in the second round. He's bouncing around a little bit and doing some better work.
Freddie, how did you score it?
Same 10-9, but you know, the thing is, he's starting to get hit with body shots here. I still see the same guy.
Campillo flicks out his jab and seems to have better head movement here in this round, BJ.
Yeah, he's got more bounce in his legs. He's moving around. He's still getting caught a little bit, but, you know, we knew this about Campillo. He's a slow starter, and, you know, still the confusing thing is he's moving into Kovalev's right hand. You know, being a southpaw fighter, you never want to do that, but maybe he's got a trick up his sleeve.
Kovalov with good combination.
You can hear those combinations landing. He does have power in both hands.
Well, they're good punches, but he's used to Kovalev's used to when he lands those, the guy falling down.
True.
And now Campillo's walking at him and walking him back a little bit, and it's going to be a very interesting test for Kovalev.
It will be.
And I still expect Kovalev to win the next couple rounds. It's just, you know, can he hold on down the stretch, or can he get Campillo out of there and make it a non-factor? Beautiful combination by Kovalev. Jab to the head, right hand to the body, left hook up top. He's very, very talented. He's got great fundamentals.
BJ, I think that comes from his amateur experience. He's a very, very well-schooled fighter.
Absolutely, and that's what you got to do against a straight-up guy like Campillo is going to walk in. You got to cut the body in half. The head, the body, mix them back and forth, and find offensive openings. Kovalev's doing a good job of that this round. Beautiful counter right hand off the left hand of Campillo.
Even though Campillo is the taller fighter with the reach advantage, it doesn't look that way right now.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's all about distance. Kovalov's getting a little bit closer, so he takes his reach advantage away from him. Distance is really something that really doesn't. You can take that away easily by just getting a little bit closer.
Kovalov looking impressive once again here in round two. Earlier tonight, Curtis Stevens became a middleweight champ. We'll be back live. Stay with us. Welcome back to Fight Night. USS Steve Cunningham and his wife, Livy, who's also his manager. The last time we saw Steve in another great fight, tough split decision loss to Tomas Adamek back on December 22nd here on Fight Night. And back to live action, round three. Gabriel Campillo is feeling the pain from Kovalov. Sergei Kovalov trying to put away the world champ here, the former world champ. And Kovalov comes out with his best power punches. And Kovalov has it done, and he's done. Sergei Kovalov has Campillo on his knees.
6, 7, 8. And Kovalev showing the power that he's got. He hit him with a good right hand. Campillo caught him with the left hand. Kovalev immediately followed with a big right hand, and Campillo's in a lot of trouble here.
And Campillo can't come back, or can he, from this?
You know, he's a veteran, so he has a lot of experience. He's got to cover up.
He's down again.
He's in a lot of trouble right now, Kenny, a lot of trouble.
Sergei Kovalov has put the former world champ Campillo down twice early in round three.
And this is impressive because none of the other champions have been able to hurt Campillo like this. And Kovalev is definitely making a strong statement. There's a lot to like about this guy.
And Kovalov has Campillo back up in the corner again. And he goes down for no time. That's it. Sergei Kovalov has won for the 17th time in a row. His biggest test to date. And he has knocked down Gabriel Campillo, the former world champ.
Wow.
Putting him down 3 times in the round.
Unbelievable. Great performance. And, you know, Campillo never really gets started. He is a slow starter, but I think the jet lag had a lot to do with it also. in the travel arrangements. You know, you can't come into a big fight like this 3 days before a fight. It's just impossible to perform at that level, at this level.
Freddie, that's the way you predicted it. You said that it would be early and it would be Kovalov.
I did pick him to win the fight. He's a very good fighter. And, you know, a lot of that, my choice was because his amateur experience. He's had a lot of amateur fights, and just that carries over into the big fights.
Twice Kempe'o had lost controversial fights here in the U.S. No doubt about this one tonight.
Kenny, I didn't pick Kovalev to win. I picked Kempe'o to win, and the reason I did that is because he seemed like the more seasoned guy. But listen, light heavyweight division, there's a new player. His name is Sergei Kovalev, and he's a very serious, threat to any of the top champions. The Crusher, they call him, and we see why they have given him that nickname. Very impressive performance tonight by Kovalev. Shows real power and a light heavyweight division that's looking for its next superstar.
His 20th win, 17 by way of knockouts, and you see the Sergei Kovalev fan club, a growing group it is since he made his home base now, growing up in Russia, and he's been in Fort Lauderdale training with John David Jackson and worked with Don Turner, and he's got some great background with these guys. And they all talked about how good he was when he came over here, Freddie, that he wasn't the typical European fighter. He had a little more head movement about him. They just had to tweak some things, and of course he's got that great big right hand.
Yes, you know, the power helps a lot, but he's a very good boxer. He sees well, and he has great coaches, and they did a great job.
And Kempe'o knew that he had a big punch. I don't know if he realized how hard that Kovalev could throw a punch, though, BJ.
No, he definitely did. And here we'll see some of the replays. Kovalev doing a great job setting up that right hand. Kempe'o got his back to the ropes. He had nowhere to move left or right, and Kovalev did the right thing. He landed a straight punch, the first of a couple knockdowns. Then you see Kovalev again going to the body, going upstairs and downstairs, setting up another clean, precise headshot, putting Kempe'o in even further more trouble.
And then Kempe'o finished here the third time going down. And Sergei Kovalev, there's John David, who said back when we talked to him when he defeated Darnell Boone. Boone is the only tie. He has a tie with Boone. That was early in his career. He avenged that with a second-round knockout. And John David was talking then, Always Camp, not bragging, but just basically saying, yeah, we got a guy that's going to be a top 10 light heavyweight, and we want him to fight the best. You remember talking to him just after that fight?
Absolutely, and John David Jackson is a guy, when he says something, you need to listen, and I need to jump on the bandwagon because I didn't listen. I thought he might have been in a little over his head tonight with Kempe'o, and he proved me wrong. Excellent performance.
Well, that's what they wanted to see. They said they wanted to fight one of the top fighters, and they fought the man ranked #3 by the IBF and former world champ Gabriel Kempe'o. Now let's get the official time of the victory for Kovalev and go back to Joe.
Boxing fans, the time, 1 minute and 30 seconds of round number 3. Your referee, Michael Ortega, calls a halt to the contest. Your winner by TKO, and the new star of the light heavyweight division, Sergei Kovalev.
Россия, салам.
Hey, this is your hometown right there.
Yeah.
Good job. Congratulations.
At the power punches, Kovalev, wow, 55-4. He was dominating the fight before completely wrapping it up here in the third round. And then the total punches, Kovalev, 227-59. You know what, landed about 4 or 5 big ones that put this away, but I mean, this is about as dominant performance as you would expect in his first big test. And let's go to Chris now.
Sergei, congratulations. It's funny, you told us yesterday that 4 years ago, you weren't sure if you had enough power for this light heavyweight division. Do you still feel the same way?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel great, and here just different gloves. This is a secret in my power.
Let's take a look at the video. Show us the knockdown here. Tell us what you see with this knockdown. What were you seeing there? What were you trying to do?
I see just a target. His head and body. Yeah, well, I just see the target.
Here's that final knockout. What are you seeing there? You just throwing and firing away?
I tried to find open target. He is very good defense, and every punch blocked. My every punch he has a blocked, like the elbow and gloves, like very difficult touch him.
He was trying to go to body head to kind of find the opening and to land that hard shot because he have a good defense and he knew it's going to be hard to land the punch. So he was trying to go from the head body, find a opening to land a hard shot. Yeah,
a lot of fans like.
You told us yesterday that you wanted to fight a champion sometime this year. Is there someone out there that you want to fight?
It doesn't matter. I just wanna step up for title fight. Any champion, I'm ready. Cloud and or Hopkins, who will win this fight, or Dawson or Cleverly, like any champion. Yeah, I'm ready because I'm here for be champion, became champion.
Thanks, Sergey.
Thank you very much.
Kenny?
Thank you, Chris. Sergei Kovalov, no hesitation when asked biggest chance yet, biggest challenge yet. Certainly, he said, taking on the former world champ Gabriel Campillo. And he makes short work of him tonight. Well, he dropped some names there, didn't he? Cloud and Hopkins. He was going down a list of light heavyweights. What do you think about that, BJ?
Well, he said another name that's very interesting, Nathan Cleverly. Cleverly actually worked out in Freddie's gym for a little while. And, a lot of good names. And based on the performance tonight, if you measure what he did tonight against Campillo, against what the other champions did against Campillo, you got to mention his name, at least to begin to mention his name, and guys who are deserving of a title shot.
That's what you said earlier.